Maurits, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us here at Sibos Toronto 2023. First thing I've got to ask is, who are 5 Degrees? What do you guys look after, and what's your role within the company? What's 5 Degrees' mission?
5 Degrees is a fintech company based in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, and we provide banks and fintechs and neobanks with cloud-native core banking software. We've been doing this for over 14 years, and we support banks in their digital transformation and their adaptation to new standards.
So, what I love about the core banking industry as a whole is it's very, very similar to the banking industry in that you have a lot of incumbents and a lot of new players in both sides of things there. You guys are obviously a new player. How do you sort of fit within this ecosystem, within this industry?
Yeah, so actually we are part of both sides because we've been doing this already for 14 years, and we sell different platform solutions where we both compete with maybe what you would call the incumbent players, but also the new tech players, how we call them internally. We fit in right there, I think, based on the technology we use in our platform, the type of clients we try to support and try to provide with new platform solutions. And what sets us apart is we have a true focus on lending companies as well as accounts, but not the biggest banks. So tier 2 to tier 5 banks we try to support in their digital transformation. And I think the market is broad and big enough for these platform suppliers to all be there.
Absolutely, and I mean, Sibos kind of sort of showcases that.
Yeah.
Against that backdrop, what's your role within the business, and how does that lead into Sibos?
I'm the head of business development and partnerships. So, this is for me. This is the center where it all needs to happen. So, what brings me to Sibos is talk to new prospects, potential new clients. B, talk to existing clients, meet them again. One of our biggest clients is based in Canada, so it was a great opportunity to meet them again. And I think thirdly, definitely also look for new partnership opportunities here, because there are a lot of interesting tech companies here. We have a focus on core banking, and we deliberately do not focus on certain other domains and elements in the tech landscape. So we meet partners and see new suppliers here every day. So that's very interesting.
Let's talk about the acquisition. Just tell us a little bit about this and what this means for obviously for yourselves, but also for your customers as well.
Yeah. So I think earlier this year in May we were formally acquired by another company called Topicus. What this means for us, I think that we are even better positioned to support our clients right now, because as I said, we focus on core banking solutions, but Topicus has a lot of other banking solutions in their solution suite. So you could almost call it an internal ecosystem. That's how we look at the world, and we want to be able to support our clients and future clients with what we call fintech stacks, different vertical market solutions, and then position ourselves as a sort of one-stop shop for banks in all their transformation initiatives. So for us it provides us with a lot of opportunities. They are a well-arrived party in the software industry. They have a lot of great clients. So I think by adding the 5 Degrees solution to their solution suite, we can even better support banks and fintechs in the future.
Got to bring forward a buzzword, synergy, because again, your clients, you may be like, oh, we need a KYC solution or whatever, and all of a sudden it links in with the acquisition. So it wasn't just a pure fiscal acquisition. No. It's a market fit, and it allows you guys to be that ecosystem.
Exactly. So we fill a gap, so to say, with our core banking solutions. We can support them, add to their solution suite by filling that gap essentially. So no, it wasn't purely a physical transaction. It's really for Topicus also to better serve their clients.
Looking at obviously Topicus' clients and your clients, has there been any, and I appreciate it's still only been this year, Has there been any reaction from them off the
Yeah.
kind of opportunity?
Well, actually,
what's that been?
here at Sibos, like we met with multiple different banks, and I said, well, we didn't know you before, but now your name came up because they know Topicus, because it's a big institution, and yeah, what we're doing now, we're actually exploring with existing customers how we can well, support them even more than what we're doing, what we're already doing today. So yes, these conversations have been going on since, well, right after the acquisition, and yeah, let's hope they materialize soon for us.
Excellent. The one thing I want to touch on as well about the acquisition, I'm always fascinated personally by business acquisitions. Looking at the acquisition, 5 Degrees, you guys are you push the boat out, you have the experience, but you also have that innovation and drive.
Yeah.
How does that kind of culture, how does that tie in with the acquisition?
I think it ties in perfectly fine. I think I have met all the new colleagues, of course, multiple times, and I think there's a great fit between everybody, and there's a collective mindset and a collective idea that we can, well, enforce each other, like in our business pursuits. Like we really see that together we're stronger than apart. So that works very well, and well, and besides that, they're just very nice people. Anyway,
that makes a difference. That makes a difference.
Yeah. But from being a, well, relatively small fintech, we are now part of a much bigger company, and then that brings a whole different dynamic. But I like it, so yeah, it's positive.
I mean, digital transformation is one of those things that, again, it's been talked about for a while, and it's never going to be complete.
No.
There's always something new to do. How is 5 Degrees really driving this push towards digital transformation? I notice we're saying digital transformation and not just digitizing a paper process. How are we moving forward with
Absolutely. So I think first of all, the whole reason we're here is partly about digital transformation. When I go to the sessions every day, it is about huge banking institutions and also smaller banks adapting to changing regulations, changing environments, and that all has a digital component. So I think it's our reason to exist, to support banks in their digital transformation. What we see now is there's a big transition going from, say, in-house built legacy solutions towards standardized, flexible cloud solutions. And we try to ride that wave, of course, like we support banks in that whole transition, not only by providing them with the software, but also by providing implementation services and the education that's needed and all the trainings that are required to make use of these software solutions, because just handing people a modern solution doesn't really help them transform. So we really try to transform their business, automate processes, and all these things, and I think we are a partner for banks to do that.
I'm so glad you touched on that element there, because you can give, here's a fantastic piece of technology. If the implementation, if the training, if the people side of things aren't brought into it, you end up with an issue during especially a big bang kind of migration.
Yeah, it's a big part of it. Yeah, definitely. So when we talk to clients or when we define an implementation project, exactly these elements, training, handover, actually getting used to the software and the changes and the impact it has on people's daily lives and work lives, that is a huge element of it, and it's often where implementations fail. It's what we see. The software works, but the people need to use it in their daily business. So yeah, definitely.
Let's discuss some of the, obviously you're quite uniquely positioned, but what are some of the challenges that you feel that you are currently facing within the industry? Because it is a very interesting time right now in the fintech space. There's still somehow some bizarre valuations happening, and there's still some partnerships that I think, oh my goodness, and I think there may even be what we're starting to see acquisitions happening already, so there may be some market consolidation.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you're facing at 5 Degrees at the moment?
Well, I think indeed what you say, there are so many players out there, and we also see that fintech is maturing in a way. So all of these companies are actually great businesses, and they have great platform solutions, and they really help their customers. So the market is widening. Good news for us is that core banking is still quite a complex environment to maneuver in. So we do see that there are more players, but when you really dive into it, then often we still have a competitive advantage to a lot of them. As you mentioned, you still have some bizarre valuations, but the majority of the fintechs are facing some, well,
the market's corrected itself a bit. I
exactly, and maybe that's good, maybe it isn't, I don't know, but it's something we have to work with and something we have to accept. But competition is a big thing. You see a lot of consolidation, for example, in the KYC space that you already mentioned. I expect a lot of consolidation happening there. Besides that, challenges for fintechs, it's always you try to sell to banks, and banks are huge institutions, and they love new technology, but they have their internal processes like procurement and the sales cycles. It's very lengthy, so that is complex for us because you can go all in a process like that, and then after 18 months have nothing. So yeah, that's challenging, but once you have these clients in, they are loyal and they stay and they help you also improve your product with the knowledge they have. So
especially if implemented and everyone is on board with it, that leads to the.
It's hard to take it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who are some of the existing customers here in Canada that you're working with?
Well, we work with TD Bank, and we've been working with them for quite some time, and it's been very interesting. It's our major cornerstone client in North America, and we've been expanding our partnership with them lately. It's been very interesting to meet them here, talk to them, come up with new plans for the coming years, and support them in their digital transformation initiatives.
I'm a big fan of all of the big 5 Canadian banks, because they're TD acquired Movin back, which was one of the first banks to do that. They've got a lot of customers across the board. They're a very forward-thinking big bank.
Yeah. So that's how we've experienced it also. So they are really thinking along with us, and we try to support them in all their innovation initiatives. And it's been really cool to meet them here and talk about potential POCs we can do together and maybe develop new propositions. So yeah, that's been great. And of course, because they're based here and we're based in Europe, you don't get to see each other too often. So this has been a great, it was a great opportunity to both visit Sibos and our biggest client here. So yeah, it's been amazing.
The last thing I want to touch on, I want to talk about Sibos.
Yeah.
So what's brought you to the event? What have you learned? I mean, I've overheard a lot of stuff around regulation at this event so far. So what's been some of your takeaways from this event?
Yeah, I think first of all, it's a great event in my opinion. There are so many banks. They are all so open to the conversations about innovation and everything that's happening there. I've been to a conference where that's different. But yes, I think banks and fintechs, everybody is focusing on similar topics. Like sustainability is a huge one. The ever-changing regulation, and how do you prepare yourself as a bank, as a business to stay compliant. It's still one of the biggest cost drivers within banks. All these compliancy and new regulatory projects that have to be completed. So it's been very interesting to talk about that, and all the new standards that are coming up, and well, really hearing from people within the banks what they're worrying about. And well, I think the good news is I've heard nothing that really eliminates our position.
We want to go back to paper systems.
Yeah, exactly. So that is positive, and it's just so nice to have all these industry like-minded people from the industry together here at Sibos. Good for us, not a big vendor party. So there's a lot of banks and people actually interested in new solutions. So yeah, it's been great. It's great, and Toronto is very cool. So,
Love that day.
yeah.